Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Marketing Matters. I'm Sarah Touchstone, Landmark Title's social media marketing strategist and educator, bringing you our wonderful webinar every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Today, I am joined with a man who needs no introduction, but I will do it anyway because that's my job. We are joined by Keith Flynn of the Flynn Media Group. Keith and I have been working together in the real estate industry since I've been in the real estate industry. The knowledge that he brings when it comes to marketing is absolutely amazing. He works for one of the biggest brokerages here in Arizona. So his ideas are cutting edge, state of the art. He is always on top of things. Whenever I have a question about something that is coming out, I'm like, hey, Keith, you hear about this? Tell me more. So I couldn't wait to get him onto Marketing Matters to talk about Chat GPT and how it is really revolutionizing not just our industry, but all the industries across the board. So if you guys have any questions, let us know. I'm going to be monitoring the chat and the question and answer window the entire time. And Keith, I am ready for this knowledge to be dropped.
Hey, thanks, Sarah. I appreciate that. That was a man. I feel like a lot of pressure now to leave up till that hype. So thank you so much.
And watch Chat GPT not work now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like sorry. Put your email in, and we'll email you when it's available. So, thank you, Sarah. Appreciate the opportunity. It's always a pleasure being on Marketing Matters, and I know that you always get a great deal of engagement. So if anybody has any questions, comments after this, just check out the chat box. I did drop in my contact information. I don't answer the phone since I have so many people wanting to buy my house and sell me insurance, and it's just like cash offer and everything else. So I screen calls, but I will respond accordingly. Real quick, Jeff, yes, great point. If you are cost conscious, which I understand, and there are a lot of offerings out there. Bard is making strides. They've got some funkiness with their responses, but still an interesting rollout for Google. Bing Chat's been awesome. So love how they've already integrated that chat capability into their general searching. So I think that's what we're seeing as far as, immediate future. Google's rolling out. So it's going to be nice to get an AI type response when we're looking for things to do, flight itinerary or trip itineraries. I mean, just so many aspects of what we can use Chat GPT for. If you love the Chat GPT model, then you want to stay with it. I will, because there's a lot of add-ins that I will show you here. One of the big ones is a prompt manager. All of us are inputting prompts and questions and make me this and rewrite that. And AI prompt manager that I'm going to show you, it's a plugin extension for your Google Chrome browser, allows you to basically create templates from your previous prompts and prompts that others who are in the community are using. So not having to reinvent the wheel each time, but we'll get to that real quick. And then who else? I mean, yeah, Microsoft obviously is the largest creator. It's Elon Musk, there's another investor, and Microsoft are all the ones who are really in behind the power of OpenAI and creating Chat GPT. So integration into Microsoft's Office offering is coming very soon. So we're going to see, your Excel sheets, your PowerPoint presentations, your Word doc is all going to have AI integrated into it. So we won't really have to need these third parties. So it's just going to be amazing to see that integrated into a lot of things that we do. I know I've got an app on my phone, so I'm using it to create text message response if a client has an issue or I need to send an introduction text. There's just amazing capabilities with it for sure.
I've used it on my phone. I've used it for social media.
Yeah.
You know how like we're supposed to do paragraphs,
right?
Posts for our social media. And sometimes I'm like, I got about a sentence in me.
Right.
Put that in there and boom, paragraphs worth of content.
And that's the most amazing. Let me start my slideshow here and we're good. Okay, awesome. You guys can see that. All right, sweet. That is probably one of the most amazing things about it is especially for this, for real estate and for our industry, and for a lot of other industries too, where there's a repetitive function, a auto-generated response for a sales lead, or, a cold text or a cold call or whatever, a cold email. Those repetitive tasks can be done easily by creating templates and utilizing Chat GPT to tweak those. And so it's a really cool, fun feature there. No, Jeff, Bing and Chat GPT, or Bing is not powered by Chat GPT. November was really the jump off month for Chat GPT. That's when they roll it out. That's when everyone lost their minds. They got to 1 million users in 5 days, and it took Netflix 19 months to reach that level. So just the growth alone, and everyone was on social media talking about it, and then it's free and everyone's creating an account, but then it was throttled back so that not a lot of people could utilize the service. They were very guarded about how many times a day you could get a prompt response. And you would, as always, we would still experiencing that if it gets bogged down, too many users, you kind of got to wait in line. I have found and heard that for us on the West Coast, late in the evening is the best time, because all the East Coasters are going to bed and there's not a lot of people banging on Chat GPT. So I found nighttime use to be a little more available and easy to use in that respect. So it's really cool. When it comes to Chat GPT, and I always like to approach this from the perspective of, we may have folks who are coming here for the first time to learn it. So I apologize if you guys get it. It's basically a language model, a large language model that is pumped full of information. Layman's terms, basically just a really cool tool that has artificial intelligence that creates generated responses based on the prompts and the questions and that we put into it. Very similar to what we've seen when we're utilizing a general Google search. If you're like me, who gets a little tripped up on spelling Awatuki, you can, and you guys have already been experiencing AI to a degree. We've all been utilizing Google for a number of years for spell check. As we're pumping in, a word and we misspell it, you guys have all seen, did you mean Awatuki? And so, yes, that is an AI, and that we've been experiencing that for a number of years in that respect. And that was kind of a spinoff of, or an extra benefit to utilizing Google when you're Google searching, is it started to correct our searches because we're misspelling them, and it's anticipating what we're looking for. So at the end of the day, this technology in general has just been an amazing launch for them and for us in our industry as real estate agents. And so the importance for ChatGPT for you guys as real estate agents is utilizing this for a number of different aspects. And one of the biggest approaches for us at the brokerage, for any brokerage really, is, especially if you're taking on new licensees. New licensees have spent, the last several weeks, months testing, reading, and going to classes and learning how to pass your test to get your license as an agent here in Arizona. But we really haven't actually gone through the functions of being an agent and questions to ask. You just don't have any context. You haven't done it. So we don't know what we don't know. And ChatGPT and a lot of the other AIs have filled in some of those gaps or helped us get to knowledge quickly. And so for a lot of agents, for anybody really, who's utilizing ChatGPT or any AI service, this isn't meant to replace humans. This isn't meant to substitute our lack of experience. But at the end of the day, we still need human intelligence, right? We need HI. So we combine human intelligence with artificial intelligence. HI plus AI is going to equal a great ROI. We're going to get a great response, a great return on our investment when we put this time and energy into setting ourselves up for success. And so I've been guiding a lot of agents to utilize this service, this platform, this technology to learn quicker the things that you don't know. So you're not having to wait for a deal. You're not having to wait for someone to cold call or respond to a cold call. You leave a message, you're interested in selling your home. For anybody who's banging the phones and really trying to generate leads, you don't know how to rebuttal, you don't know how to overcome objections. You can do a lot with ChatGPT to create buyer and seller personas And when doing so, you can get the AI to act as you. I'm a new licensee in the state of Arizona. I haven't had a deal yet. I'm with XYZ brokerage. My passion is selling or connecting families with their next home or their new home, focusing in Phoenix and the surrounding cities. What I'm sharing with you guys right now is basically the more content that you put into the AI, the better the response. And so some examples for you guys, for agents who may not know anything yet. The top areas, for someone who's looking to purchase or sell a home. Examples, there are 10 things to consider when buying and selling a home in 2023, selling your house, a step-by-step guide. And for you guys, or if there are any new agents or just getting started, you're learning too at the same time. So you're growing your knowledge base without the luxury of, or the opportunity to actually have a listing. And so we can go through that and utilize these in so many different aspects, whether it's a social media post, a video. We can jump into number 3 and say 5 ways to increase your home value before selling, and turn that into a video script. We can record that 30-second or 60-second clip and then upload that to our Instagram Reels or to our TikTok, wherever your brand is, and provide that value for your audience beforehand. And these are great topics that you can cover to give the perception that you are a knowledgeable, active agent without technically having to acknowledge the fact that you may be in licensing in the new year, or within a year or two. So creating that archive, that library of content, that high value content, Chat GPT is going to help you fill in that knowledge base that you may be lacking right now. Top 5 neighborhoods in Phoenix, Arizona, for first-time home buyers. Understanding the home appraisal process, what you need to know. These are all great topics, and we can prompt these into Chat GPT and dive deeper into the content and create a talking point, bullets, video, whatever for you as an agent. So tips to remember when utilizing Chat GPT: provide enough context. Write me a 30-second elevator speech on why you would want to use me as a real estate agent is great, but go deeper into that. Add some differentiating factors about yourself. Tell Chat GPT who you are, what you do, where you live, what's some differentiating factors about you, because again, the more that we provide the AI, the clearer the objective that you want, you're going to get a better return on your input or your prompt. You can fine tune your model and you can evaluate that output. And like I said earlier, when we're putting better input in, you get a better output. And they call these super prompts, where you can go really deep into eliciting a conversation with the AI, and that will get you a better response, which makes you a better agent, and answer questions that you may not have previously known the answers to. So when having conversations or going back and forth with the AI, some examples of some input, more examples, please, right? Or make it more of a conversation. One of the cool things about ChatGPT is that we can tell it to take on emotion. So, write a Facebook post no more than 250 characters, and make it humorous, and provide me with a couple emojis and 5 hashtags that are relevant to the topic. Rewrite this to be more engaging. One of the ones I love is you can actually tell it to rewrite or write your content on a 6th grade level. I know we've got 8th grade level here as an example, but it's estimated that 80% of the US population is considered literate. And of those who are, the average is a 6th grade reading level. So one of the first things that we learned early about marketing is that we want to always create our content so it's understandable, it's digestible, and it resonates quickly with our audience. And so we don't want to use a lot of big words and a lot of acronyms that our industry knows, but not necessarily our clients. And so when you're creating your content or putting in your prompts, we want to use things like, and write this at a 6th grade level, or make it more engaging, make it humorous, write this with excitement, passion, enthusiasm, all those emotive words that will help the AI give you a better content generation. Make it sound more human. Sometimes the content from Chat GPT can be a little rigid, and that doesn't sound like it's been written by a human. We can obviously work on that by actually simply giving it a prompt. Try again if you don't get a prompt response that you like. Rewrite this in the style of someone who is sad or emotional, or, you know, again, touching on those emotive words. Shorten it. I know I've done that before. I've put in a prompt, got a very long response, and I'm asked to shorten this into 2 paragraphs and give me 3 bullet points to use for my notes for a presentation. Last one there, rewrite number, or sorry, go into it in more detail, or rewrite number 3 or number 1 or 5 topics, 5 bullet points. Let's go back up and rewrite number 1 with 3 more examples, 3 more examples of number 2. So you really can dive deep into that rabbit hole when it comes to our content creation. So good news is no more slides, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to jump into a live environment on my second screen here and share.
This is always the fun part, right?
Yeah. So, excuse me, let me move all these little toolbars over. That one and Q&A. All right, cool. Now I can see my screen. All right. So I apologize. We are in Chat GPT here. So this may look different for a lot of you users who are free users. I am on the pro plan. It was a necessity for me in order for me to teach these classes, these webinars to not only our agents, but anybody who would like to hear me talk for 30 minutes. So one of the things I mentioned a little bit earlier is AI Prompt Manager. So AI, you'll notice right here, AI PRM. If you haven't heard about this one, this is an extension. This is a Chrome extension that goes into your Chrome browser. And it pulls these prompts in, and these are all templates of people who've created prompts. You can see here that there are currently 2,559 prompts. These are templates. These are basically templates that are then given a topic or a suggestion or a title. And they're basically, as they say right there, YouTube script creator. Create captivating script ideas for your YouTube videos, enter a short description of your video, and it will generate a title, scene, and entire script. Trippy. It's really crazy. There are a number of categories that are relevant to what your topic is that you want to cover. Everything from code development to copywriting. My favorite, obviously, is marketing. There's SEO, software application, maybe things that are just probably not relevant to you as an agent, but marketing certainly is. And of that, you'll see when you click on the marketing, we've got a number of cool things that we can do. 30 days of social media posts and image suggestions with 1 click. So now if you don't have a browser or the extension plugged in, there's an easy way to do this. We're basically just going to write our own prompts. And one of the most popular ones that I have been working on, let me see here real quick, that I love and I've been teaching for my classes is basically as easy as this. So you'll see right here, 15 days of content creation. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this in off my notes, and I'm going to come up over here into my Chat GPT. One of the cool things about upgrading to the Pro and $20 a month is it unlocks your ability to access Chat GPT 4, which is, there's 3 generations right now. You've got your default, which is 3.5. You've got your legacy, which is 3.5 as well. Legacy was the original. And as you hover over these, the reason why I want to point this out is because you get an understanding of what is ChatGPT 4 and the differences. 4 is basically going to, the reasoning is going to be at its highest mark. Speed is going to be a little bit slower because it's taking more time to give you a better, concise and output. So 4 is going to basically allow you to excel at the response rate and time. Default and legacy, you'll see how those change. Legacy is the slowest and not as more thoughtful. Default is one of the fastest, and then of course ChatGPT 4 is the most thoughtful and has the most answers to it, which is really awesome. So what I've done here is I've got a prompt. So I'm going to pop this prompt in, and what I've done here is I'm creating 15 days of social media content for the month of April. And I know we're already into the 12th. So it's probably going to smash 15 days into the last few weeks here. But this is a real easy prompt to create a Excel file on content creation. And I know a lot of agents that I work with, so many other tasks, so many other things that are bogging you down that you have to do as an agent. And so I know I often ask this question to a live audience. Raise your hand if you woke up this morning and you said to yourself, I haven't posted anything in social media in a while. And you think about it for about 30 seconds and then you go, I got other things to do, and you move on. And so next thing you know, you're dormant for a week or 2 or 3 weeks. And one of the key aspects of social media and understanding the algorithm is consistency. The algorithm wants to see consistency from you. And so utilizing Chat GPT, it's going to help you create that content scheduled out over the month, and then easily create your content and schedule it all so that you are consistent. That allows you then to go out and do what you do as an agent, life, responsibilities, and all the other stuff that comes with being a human being in this world, right? So please create a social media content posting table. This is the big one here. It's going to create this from a different format that's going to allow us to copy and paste and put it into a Google Sheet or into Excel file. That includes the following for my real estate business. I'm a realtor with West USA Realty, serving the Phoenix community and neighboring cities. In column 1, date of the posts for 15 posts for the month of April 2023. In column 2, I want the social media post itself with tips on selling my home, and including relevant emojis. And then number 3, your 5 hashtags that are relevant to this post that would help me get more people to the content itself. And then finally, in the 4th column, describe an ideal image to use with this post, which I really love too, because maybe some people are more right brain, left brain, analytical, or creative. We just don't know, well, what would go with this? So what's nice about this output is, and my favorite part of it is that it's going to give me a suggestion on an image to go with my content. And we all have one of these cool devices in our hands that has an amazing camera on it. And while I'm out and about being a real estate agent, I can curate my content. So now I know, okay, on the 12th, I'm going to do a post on want to sell your home quickly, or what, and for the best price. And I'm going to know I need to get a good shot of an interior of a home or a back patio or whatever the case may be. And I can go find that content. And the reason why I'm telling you guys to shoot your own photos if you can is these platforms, again, with their algorithm, they want original content. So if I went and stole a photo off of Google Images, or I reused a photo that another photographer had shot and placed on social media, our search engines and social media platforms are highly intelligent, and they know the differentiation between original content and existing. Because Facebook, believe it or not, their software that we don't see indexes and crawls Google Images. So it indexes all the images that live on the internet, which I'm sure there's billions, and it indexes those photos. So it easily can detect a child's face, ice cream, outside, a river. There's a metadata description behind all photo content. And so, excuse me, why this is so powerful is because it's going to tell me this is the kind of photo that we would suggest for this social media post. I can actually go out and take it, and because I'm the one who took it, I own the rights to it, and it's considered original content, which is only going to help you with your ability to game the algorithm and get more exposure for your content. So now that I'm done chatting, as you can see, it looks like we locked up on October 20th, which I'm not sure. Go figure, 420, it stopped working. All right, so your number 1 post there. Hashtags, Phoenix home for sales, real estate tips. So it was supposed to give me 5 social. Oh, okay, it added. See, this is what I love about Chat GPT. In this response, it actually puts hashtags in with the post itself. A big deal. I told it to do a 4th column or a 3rd column with hashtags. It looks like it just did the same thing over here, maybe duplicated itself, but I can work through that. Not a big deal. What I love the most is a picture of a well-maintained and staged home, exterior with a for sale sign in front. That was the image suggestion. A chart showing an increase in home sales for the Phoenix area. So what's nice about this is once I have all this content, I can open an Excel file and then jump into and posting that in there. And now I've got my content creation for the whole month. Did you know, ready to sell your home, looking for a great place to relocate to Phoenix? Here's a suggestion, a picture of a busy downtown Phoenix street with a high-rise buildings in your background. What's fantastic about being an agent is you guys are out and about. You're always traveling to new areas, seeing new sites. You're not, confined to a cubicle. If you were an accountant or, human resources representative, Your environment doesn't change a lot. So it's kind of hard to go out and get that content. But since you guys are out and about all the time, you're able to take those photos, shoot those videos, and curate that for your social media content. So with that in mind, the very worst you could do is, let's say, where we got here, a chart. Well, I'm gonna grab one picture of you, a picture of you, the realtor, with a friendly smile, standing in front of a for sale sign. There you go, easy peasy. A picture of a beautiful updated kitchen. Here we go. So I'm gonna grab this one here. Now, for those of you who maybe are using Canva, which is an amazing tool, one of the nice things is once I get that description for, I'm gonna hit create real quick here. I'm gonna go to, let's just do an Instagram post. I'm gonna do a simple search on a blank template here. And I'm going to find, if I don't have that photo, I can't create that photo. I'm going to come to my photos, and I'm going to type in that description that Chat GPT gave me as a suggestion for a photo to accompany that post. And so now here I'm looking at royalty images of a home. This doesn't have to be the specific home if you're talking about a home that you have as a listing, but we're just creating a general post for the topic itself. And I'm going to choose this kitchen here and obviously move, stretch out my content. There you go. And I've got the starting of an image which I can go back then to my response. And here's my post. Want to maximize your home value before listing it for sale? Consider upgrades. And so there's your post. There's your social media hashtags. And there is your description of a photo. You can build out your image. If you wanted to add your branding to your content, obviously utilizing your images, dropping your face in the corner, putting your phone number, your contact information. Always make sure there's a call to action on your social media, what you want your client, your audience to do next. If you are interested in doing this or selling your home, we've got great contractors that we work with who could do this for you on a budget. You'd be amazed at what little investment you put into remodeling the kitchen will actually give you a larger output on a sale on a home and increase the maximize your return when it comes time to sell. And I can help you with that. So there's a number of really cool things you can do when it comes to AI. All right. Any questions? How you guys feel about that?
Well, that I love the columns, Keith.
Yeah. So the formatting just makes it really nice. There's actually Sheet AI? So there's a plugin for Google Sheets right now so that you can go right into the AI, which is awesome. And for those of you I know Jeff mentioned earlier about any of the AI services that work well for you. One of the things that I've found really awesome is under, I'm sure you guys have probably heard about this, but for not Google Docs, for under Canva Docs, they've got Magic Write now. And so Magic Write, not right now, Magic Write, as in creating a document, they have Canva Create is their annual conference that they have in Australia. Just had their second one a couple weeks ago. They have rolled out a ton of AI for your content creation. And so simply going in Canva and using, if you are a Canva user and you don't need to have an additional cost when it comes to using AI, now you've got AI integration into Canva, which is fantastic. Okay,
yeah, I did a webinar last week, I think it was, on all the new Canva Create features.
I'm gonna go back and watch that one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was on the live Canva Create, and I'm just, my mind is blown. When you were talking about going and finding photos too, on Canva Create now,
yeah,
there is a text to image feature.
Yes, that text to image feature is amazing. And hitting that little assistant in the corner, the little assistant icon in the bottom right, it is mind boggling. And this is only, this is just a start. I mean, this February or November was when all this launched.
Yeah.
Here we are barely into April, and it's just the beginning of what we're going to experience when it comes to AI. one of the AI, it's called Meme Cam. So MEMCAM.io generates memes just with a single click of your phone. So you're basically take a photo of something or you, and it's not an app. It's just go to that on your browser, on your Safari or whatever device you're using. And I took a photo of me in the car, and well, because it's flipped, and it said something. The meme was like, he's so cool in his Honda Civic that he sits in his passenger seat. And I was like, well, I'm actually driving, but because the image was flipped, the AI detected and thought I was actually in the passenger seat. Now I thought that's kind of funny. So I really haven't played with it too much, but I know that that was one of the ones that I wanted to check out, because it creates memes for you based on a photo and right then and there from your camera. So just to have this, okay, what is it? Today's April 12th. Let's do this again in 1 year. I can only imagine what we're going to be experiencing.
Right. It is. It's going to be wild.
It will be. Yeah. And so anything that you do when it comes to creating scheduling, everybody should be using an editorial calendar. I insist on that with all my clients. And now that I'm able to do tables and create this content at speed, again, what we're focusing on is the fact that we are utilizing AI plus our human intelligence is going to equal, we're going to work 2 times easier, 10 times faster. I mean, it's just amazing on what we have in the way of, just get my notes here so I make sure I cover everything. Yeah. So, working 2 times smarter, 10 times faster. I mean, that's the big thing here. And with so many other things that we have to do as real estate agents, this is really going to help speed up our marketing efforts. And again, fill in those gaps for those who just don't know because they haven't been doing it long enough. And the repetitiveness, anything that you have to repeat, auto responding to a client. I know one of the big things that this has helped for a few clients that I have are overcoming objections or dealing with a difficult client. What's a good way for me to navigate an upset customer, or we get bogged down in the binzer. We've got both of them going back and forth on what they're going to do. And so at the end of the day, you can navigate as AI. How would you handle this situation? I had the luxury of working with a hostage negotiator when I worked at America West Airlines. Little history tip here for you. I worked in quality assurance. So I was the guy who got the calls at 2 a.m. when they said, let me talk to your supervisor. And so we had America West Airlines at the time had a hostage negotiator came in and worked with us on how to maintain being calm, take an irate customer, defuse the situation, hear what they're saying, empathetic, apologize, and take action. And so that's an acronym, by the way, if you want to write that down, it's called HEAR. I hear, empathize, apologize, and take action. Or HEAT, not HEAR, HEAT, which makes sense because everyone was usually hot when they got to my phone. But yeah, so AI has a lot of opportunities for you guys to generate original and unique content. And at the end of the day, putting in more information specifically about your client, their needed situation, obstacles that they're trying to overcome, any challenges they have. If they're coming from out of state, tell the AI they're coming from out of state and specifically what state they're coming from. And maybe point out 5 of the differentiating factors on what it's like to live in Minnesota as opposed to Arizona. And utilizing that in your vernacular and having conversations with potential clients who move from out of state, the possibilities are endless for sure.
Pete, we did have a question, and I get this question a lot when I'm doing these classes about apps. So there are a ton of apps out there, and I know that for iPhone users and Android users, the options are different too.
Correct.
So what apps can we recommend? Because a lot of people, I think they openai.com is a great place for them to go, online.
Right.
But like we mentioned at the beginning, a lot of us are using these apps on our phone. So which do you recommend?
So I started diving into iTunes and Googling or searching for chat apps, and there are a lot of other apps out there that are not powered they have their own power engines. There are apps out there. I've seen a lot of apps coming out that say powered by Chat GPT. And so, that's kind of like, powered by West USA, or powered by, whatever, JD Powers and Associates, all those, they want to hitch their wagon to the most powerful AI that's out there. And so Chat GPT has been opening up their AI, and I'm sure anybody's app or service who wants to pay out the money is going to be, you're going to see powered by. What I've done is, in lieu of utilizing an app, I logged into my Chat GPT Pro from the browser, and I saved it as a favorite and as an app on my home screen. So literally what I've done is, I'm already paying $20 a month. Chances are that if I find an app that I want to use, it better have some bells and whistles that the web browser version doesn't have. And all I did was I just created it and put it, I don't know if you guys can see that. I put it on it's on my phone. So it literally is an app, and it's literally the Chat GPT icon. That's an app for me. I go onto it and I'm using it in the same way that I would use on a desktop, but now I'm just pumping in my prompts here. And there are some text message integration keyboards I've seen as well, but I'm pretty quick. Even though I have fat thumbs, I can still get through this fast. And I just copy and paste text messages and emails from my mobile device if I'm on the go, pump them into the saved icon on my home screen, and utilize Chat GPT in the same premise.
Yeah.
It keeps continuity for me, because then what I do here will also show up in my pro account when I get home on the desktop. I don't lose any of those past prompts or anything. So
right. I use, I've got an Android. I use Open Chat. So
nice. Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah. And that one links to, I've got the same login for openai.com and Open Chat. So those two are linked together, and there's, as soon as we get off, people will be like, I went on and it's not free. When I signed up, it was free.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So a lot of, and that's how Chat GPT is right now. They have that free offering, but we're all susceptible to bandwidth and accessibility. A lot of the apps are going to roll out too. They're going to create value first, and then they're going to say, all right, it's going to be 25, 35, $40 a month. Unless there's something about it that is glowingly different than what I'm experiencing now, I'm happy with the $20. I get both desktop and mobile device access. All my prompts are saved over in the corner. And one of the things I could tell you guys too is, if you have a thread going, you can go over and rename your threads over on the left-hand side, just like a channel. If you're using a project management service like Asana or Monday, you can rename that thread. And if you've got a topic and a lot of content in that thread, save it or rename it so it's easy to access. I've got a public relations marketer or public relations management persona one that I use, because for a client I have who's a doctor, I help him with public relations and getting him on other podcasts. I've given Chat GPT in that specific channel, that conversation thread, a persona. And so that persona is the first thing I fed it, and everything after that is under the premise that you are a PR manager. This is the client name, where he lives, all his information. And it's a running conversation that I have with that prompt thread, so that it never forgets, and it gets stronger and has more context. And 6 months in from now, I can reference back a previous topic or conversation. It's just like talking to another me. So, which is kind of scary. Wait, what?
Scary, amazing. What did you say, computer?
What? Yeah. So, hey, my other personality wants to know why you haven't responded. But at the end of the day, personas are huge. They're called super prompts or personas. There are a number of personas out there. Do some simple Google searches on what was the one I had? Buying agent persona, selling agent persona, and especially for anybody who, again, is looking to grow their knowledge base. The AI will help fill in your brain while you're learning and becoming an awesome agent.
Yeah. Jeff says, make sure to be very careful of fake Chat GPT apps.
Yeah. There's, and of course, people, AI can be used for so many amazing things. And we've already got some apps where it's an AI buddy. And I don't know where I saw it, but some reporter started a conversation with an AI and said, we're in a loving romantic relationship. We've been married for blah, blah, blah. And within I think 15 minutes, the AI started apologizing for cheating on her. And so it got real weird real quick. And so the answer to why it went there was the AI is pulling a lot of content out there in the real world. And since we, unfortunately, in our society deal with a high rate of divorces and due to infidelity and all the other things that happen, it was pulling on what it had known in the real world. And it's just assumed that I'm supposed to now inject this into this relationship. And she's like, well, why are you saying these things? We've never had any issues. And it was apologizing and offering ways to basically, find redemption and how can I salvage the relationship. So it got weird. So yes, to your point, Jeff, dude, I'm not going to go that route. I already, I'm married and I have to work on that one. I don't need to be having an AI relationship. But it's the weirdest thing.
So yeah, I think with the apps too, go through, look at reviews, make sure that they are legitimate, go with the best review. I do have a list of best apps for iPhones and for Androids. If you guys would like a copy of that list, put your email in the chat and I'll get that to you after class, because like I said, there are some particular ones that are better.
Yes, there are. Yeah. And Jeff, that's a good point. Yeah. Just do your homework. If you find an extension or you find a plugin, do your homework. Go to the extension reviews. Google's gonna hopefully stay on top of it and vet out the ones. The AI prompt manager, this particular one here, this is their website. You can create an account. They offer a premium for a cost associated with their pricing. I don't pay for it. I just created an AI prompt manager account with them, and then I plugged it into my Chat GPT, and I utilize a lot of these at no additional cost. They offer premium plans and they offer additional add-ons, but I found this prompt manager to be amazing because if I'm looking for something particular, Instagram descriptions with hashtags, emojis, and call to actions, I can simply come over here and enter in the description, looking for real estate. Sorry, I cannot type today. Real estate content ideas.
Write a book chapter. There we go.
Yeah, right.
You wanted to write your own book for real estate.
No, there's ebooks. I mean, guys, like, if for those of you who've been doing this for a while, create a 30-page ebook on selling a home, and what you need to do. Brand it go to Canva, brand it as your own, and then offer it as a free download for anybody who reaches out to you in your direct messages. Let me send you a 30-page ebook on things you need to do to get your home staged before we list it. Decluttering, depersonalizing, deneutralizing, painting the walls all one color. Like, oh, you guys know all this. And so what way to write that into an ebook, brand it as your own, and then now you've got a free download that is a digital tangible item so that they can learn about what they need to do. And it's branded to you so that when they're ready to rock and roll, they can give you a call. Looking for real estate content ideas on how to support dude, I'm just not. I drank so much iced tea that I'm jittery. So
that always happens to me. Like every time I'm doing a live presentation, I have to tap type things. Every other word is misspelled. I'm like, just go back.
Yeah. So basically, based on this AI prompt manager, someone had created one and then they saved it, and then it makes it available to the community for all of us to use. So what's really cool about that is someone basically created a prompt template. It's coded already, or it's already written all in this description. You're just giving it a couple pieces of data points, and this is what you're going to get. And again, everything is I don't like this, or there's too many. I wouldn't use this many hashtags, but you can decipher it and find what looks good for you. Rewrite the opening line, remove some of the emojis. You just go back and forth and have some amazing conversations with it when it comes to creating it. And I think that the prompt manager can be very beneficial. And I've actually used Facebook ad hooks. I mean, we write, for the brokerage, we write a lot of ads for enticing real estate agents to come from one brokerage to another. And so we put in our differentiating factors and we let it do its work. And then we can create some Facebook ad campaigns. And I get to hit go post, go live a lot faster than I used to.
Yeah.
And which allows me then to go on and do other things like brainstorming new ideas to grow the branch, grow the business, just do some really cool, fun stuff. And so again, 2 times faster, 10 times more content. It's really awesome in that respect.
It really is.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other questions for Keith? I mean, like I said, this was all just great information. I mean, Keith and I could probably talk all day about, like, we could just keep going and going and going. First step, though, is getting signed up for it. So if you, like I said, if you want a list of the apps for iPhone and Android, I know a couple of you already put your emails into the chat. I will get that to you later today. And stay tuned. I mean, this is the great kind of content that we bring to you on Marketing Matters all the time. If you guys have any questions too, you can reach out to myself. You can reach out to Keith. Keith, right off the bat today, put his contact information in the chat window. So let us know if you guys, like I said, have any more questions. I'm going to wrap up today with upcoming classes. Like I said, we get great content here at Landmark Title.
Oh yeah.
Like the monthly marketing stats. That was actually one of the prompts, was put a chart in. So not only are the market insight recordings available to you at the beginning of every month, but so are the slides. This is what you can utilize for information for a lot of your posts and whatnot. So reach out to your business development manager, get a copy of the recording and the slides for market insights, so you can always be in the know. And then, of course, we've got the spring training series. This is an 8-week series. So if you guys have been on, you know that we are over halfway through this series, a couple more weeks left. But if you'd like to hop on, it's on Zoom. Let us know. We'll get you registered for that. And then for our Prescott agent, on 4/20, we've got a Landmark Title tour of Whiskey Row. They've been doing this for about a year. It's really a fun thing to go and attend. You can bring clients to it. It is free. Like I said, the next one is April 20th at 2:15. This is great. This is in even if you're an agent here in the Valley and you want to go head up for that, these are, I mean, it's hot now. So
well, it's still a little bit cooler up there. Good time to get out.
it's a good time to get out. So go check that out on the 20th. And then next week, I'll be going over Chat GPT and Canva. So a lot of those Canva features that are AI, because I use Canva already, I'm on there. I like the ability. I love Chat GPT. I think it's better AI than Canva, but Canva is better for certain content, because Chat GPT will give me a lot of information, whereas sometimes Canva's dialing it in because it knows that I need to take those prompts and I need to immediately turn around and create content with it. So that's going to be on Monday. Like I said, we'll dive into that. This is going to be on Zoom. This was actually prompted by our Reno office. So I'm going to open it up. If anybody else wants to join, we'll be going over that. You can scan that QR code and register.
That's a cute flyer, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I like that.
It's funny because I actually sent it. This was done by our design team, even though I prompt, that we're using Canva. There we go. Going back. Right. That, we use Canva. We still have a full design team at Landmark Title, and they thought it was hilarious that I sent over this information. I was like, hey, can you do a flyer for Chat GPT and Canva? And they came back and they're like, ha, 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 we're making one for Canva. We're making a flyer. So if you guys need any design too, we do have a full design team, even though, like I said, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do some of the stuff on Canva, mainly using their AI features because they're cool. And then CE classes, of course, you know them, you need them, you love them, right? Especially when they are in person. On April 20th, we've got the Advanced Exchange Tax Code 1031 class. This is going to be at Arrowhead from 9 till noon, only $10, and it gives you 3 hours of legal issues. If you'd like to register for that, let us know. And then we've got Here Comes the Judge coming up again in our Prescott area. The next one's going to be June 15th, but we've got them scheduled out. These are really, really fun. Faye is amazing. She goes over some of the things that we love real estate stories, right? Well, she's got some, and they're fun when it's somebody else's issues, right? That you get to hear about. So attend, put those on your calendar, save the date. And that's it for us today, guys. Thanks, Keith. That was really good information. I loved, like I said, I'm an organized person, so seeing all that information in the columns, I was like, that's really good.
Yeah, it really does break it down. It makes it nice for you to keep it organized. So yeah, so tabling is awesome. And then copy and pasting an Excel sheet, and then I'm sure you cover bulk uploading into Canva, which is even awesome.
Yeah.
Sure,
So awesome. Yes, I think we covered that on Marketing Matters one day. Well, I learned about that. I took a Chat GPT class.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, I saw something about bulk uploading. I was like, can you cover it? And the instructor was like, well, no. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll go figure it out, and then I'll do a class and I'll cover it.
Yeah. Yeah. Super cool. You just assign your columns, and then basically, like puts it all out there for you, and then just
Done.
you're done.
Yes. So yeah, we'll be covering bulk on Monday as well. Nice. So yes, Keith, like I said, you and I could probably sit here and talk all day about it, but we'll let people get back to their lives.
Yes.
If you guys need anything, please reach out to your business development managers. We've got a great team here at Landmark Title. If you're not already working with one of them, I'd love to make the introduction to Beth, Becky, Melinda, Mary, Patty, Cynthia, Michelle, Michael, and Renee. They really are amazing. These are your humans, right? These are the people that you work with. AI is a tool that you work with. We have a lot of other tools available at Landmark Title as well, so please reach out to them. And then, of course, thank you to Landmark Title for allowing us to bring you Marketing Matters every Wednesday at 10 a.m. We're going on, I think, 3 years now of this webinar. We have over 100 episodes, all available on our Landmark Title YouTube channel. And then, of course, we do title and escrow here. Yes, not just marketing, not just all the good stuff that gets you out there. We get you to the finish line with your closings. So please think of us on your next contract. We have 7 offices here in the Valley, 1 in Prescott and 2 in Nevada, to handle all of your title and escrow needs. And we have an amazing group of escrow officers, just like an amazing group of business development managers. So that's it for us today, guys. We'll see you next week.